Hi, I'm Allie from Allie Cat's Crafts. I'm here to bring you a video on the Fall for Toile Paper Pumpkin, September 2025. In this kit, you'll be able to make 9 cards. 3 that will look like this, 3 that will look like this, and 3 that will look like this. You'll get a total of 9 card bases, because you're going to make 9 cards all together. 3 of every thing. And the envelope, same thing. 3 different styles. And it's just the flap. You get some stamps, and you get a whole bunch of cute little embellishments. You can make 3 of these. I've already made 3 shaker cards with that. And you get all these extra things. And little animals, and the pumpkins, and the leaves, and all kinds of fun stuff. So, I'm here to bring you a alternative card. And I came up with this. It makes 5, so I've already done 3. I'm going to show you the other 2 when I do them. So you can see Happy Thanksgiving, and has a pumpkin inside. We give thanks for all our blessings. So these are going to be some Thanksgiving cards. And notice how they're slightly different? Look at the papers. Okay, there's a reason I had to do 5 cards, because they're 5 the same, but they're 5 different. So, I have this die. This cuts the outside, and this cuts the inside. In the inside, these are all individual pieces. So if you count it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you mix them all up. That means 5 cards going to be made with this. So what I did was I took a card base, and I put this over the top, and I die cut it. And you can see what it looks like. Okay? So all those little pieces came out. So it's going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards, right? Then I took some of my own homemade paper, and I did the same thing. See, that one, and this is the first one. Then I took another one of the card bases, same thing. You see it right there. Okay? So those are the pieces I used. So that's 4. That explains 4 of them, right? And then I cut 5 of these out of this die so I could layer them on top. So the fourth one, the 5th card that I did, the 4th and 5th was, this came out of the card kit. I die cut that one. And then this one came out of the Autumn Abundance, September 2024. So, I did a few cards that I never really finished. And you can see I came up with a design with the little gift card. And I used the paper. Okay, so that's just a few of my designs. And I did some more. But when I came across this, I could not come up with anything. So there are 3 card bases that I never used. And there's a lot of things I didn't use in here. I didn't use these card bases. I just came with my own cards, and this is what I wanted. I brought in my own paper, and I made little gift cards, but I never sent them out. So I decided that I'm going to pull from this. Oh, I did photocopy a couple of these because I really wanted some extra images. But this one made 9 cards. They're little tiny ones. And came with these stamps. So, no, that's the add-on stamps. I think this is when I first started the add-on stamps, now that I think about it. Came with the Cajun Craze, just like last year. And it came with lots of fun stuff. So I'm pulling from this kit and making cards, because I realized I have more to work with. I have the stamps and everything. So that's what I did, is I came up with, we're going to make 5 cards. So I already prepped and done 2, so you wouldn't have to watch me do all 5. Now, I made a mistake, and I accidentally cut out 1 gold one. So I got lots of pieces here. So the way it goes, you put it like this, and this one goes up here, like this, because that's where the stem goes. And bring that one in right there, and this one goes right here, and this one goes here, and that forms your pumpkin. And then I took and I cut separately this little brown piece to go to the top. But we're not going to do the gold one today. So I used several things out of this month's kit. Okay? So what I did was I die cut this. This is what this looks like. And I'm going to start with this pumpkin. And we're going to layer it on the top of this. So it's pretty easy, but you have to make sure you keep your pieces in the right order. Otherwise, you're going to have a problem, trust me. So I put it on here, leaving just a little edge, just like that one. Then I do the next piece. And when I realized I didn't send these out, because I just got busy last year, I just didn't do it. I probably should have, because they're really cute cards. So I think this year, I'm going to finish up this kit, and then I'm going to mail them off. But it was a benefit that I ran across this kit, because I thought, I have to have some of the other kit. I don't remember doing it all. So I pulled it out, and I'm going, oh, this one. I could do that this year. And I had enough pieces in this kit that I could take and pull it out and do that. So now I'm just gluing these down, trying to get a nice little even amount in the middle. And just bring it around. And it's okay if it doesn't quite fit. I'll show you a little trick that I did. Okay, so for some reason, it's a little bit wider than I want. So guess what? There's no rules in this, right? You can just take and do this. And no one will ever know, except for you and you watching me. So it looks perfect. And then I'm going to glue this right at the top. Just like this. Line it up, and there you go. Okay, so now I'll do the next one. And this is my homemade paper. Remember I showed you it? I did a few weeks ago, or not a few weeks ago, a week ago. And on the back, you'll see where I practiced doing some stamping too. Oops, I almost put it in the wrong spot. Put that right there. Leave a nice little border. This is a fun card. The hardest part was trying to figure out how to put it on the card base and all that. That's always the hardest part for me. Doing this fun part is fun. And it's like, okay, now I have to come up with how it's going to go. So I sit there and I mess around with different things. Oh, I like this. This works perfect. And I did not get any glue on this little corner here, so I'm going to throw some right in there. Put this down next. This is just a fun card to work with. I just really like doing this paper piecing, it's called. And when I get these kinds of dies, I'm going, oh, I could do 5 cards or 4 cards, depending on how many spaces that need to be filled. You know? So I always try and find something in the kit. So I used up, this is my, using the stamps out of it. This is one of the bases. This is another base, and that's another base. And this is just an extra spare one. And this is just some extra scraps that I had in my scrap bin to use over and over. So let's put a little bit of glue right here. This one didn't quite get it. I'm being very careful that I don't get it on the gold paper because it doesn't come off very easily. I mean, you can use hand sanitizer, that helps. But I prefer not to. I gotta get a little bit at this top. Didn't quite get up there. There. So there we go. So the next step, what I want to do is I want to decorate the top of the pumpkin like I did that. So I'm going to put this right here. Put a little glue right there. And I'll put that one right there. Okay. And then I want to put my little leaf right up under there. But I need to get my card base, which I haven't done yet, so we'll hold off on that. So I'm going to glue this to the back so I have some pretty greenery behind it. So I'll just lay this down and then just kind of like stick it like that. And same thing here. So I'll put some glue on this. And I'll lay it right there, and I'll just put my pumpkin right over the top, like so. Okay. So that one is set. Let's work on this one. Do the same thing. This, I think I'm going to cut it apart because I haven't figured out what I'm going to do quite yet. So I thought I would do something like this. And I could glue that one right there. Put the glue on this side and lay it there where I want it so I can see how I want it. I'm going, I like it just like that. And we'll do the same thing over here. And this one, I want to get it going this way. So I'll put that right there and stick it right on there just like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing kind of like with this. So, but I want to put it on the outside, I think. I haven't decided yet. Let me take and make this look nicer. Trim it up so it looks really nice and neat and tidy. I can just put it like right there underneath, I think. I like it better down. I was going to put it on top, but then I thought, maybe not. So it's just a matter of just kind of figuring out what you want to do. Not that high. I'll do the same thing over here. Put it right up under there. Pick it up and stick it right where you think you want it. And I think I'll stick it right there. So I'm going to grab some greenery, some little leaves that I cut from one of these stamp sets. I'll show you in a minute, okay? Stick that one right there. And then I think I want this one on top. So I have twine, a little twine bow that I'm going to put on here to cover up that stem. So that one is done. Okay. So now I have my twine bows that I want to put on. The other ones I used the ribbon from the kit that came with it. This little ribbon right here. That came in it. And this came from the other paper pumpkin, and this did too. All of these little things, all that. I'm going, oh, I'm so glad I didn't use that kit because I would have not had this to use. I probably would have die cut stuff, wouldn't have been a big deal. I'm going to put that right there. These are lots of decorations. Then I'm going to get my, here it is, glue dots that my friend Lori gave me. Put it on my bow. I'm going to stick my bow right there. A little twine bow. This twine came came with it, which is this stuff right here. Okay. And I have another bow that I made for the other one. So put that on here. I love these little dots. Thank you, Lori, for them. I really like them. So much easier than using the paper pumpkin ones. It just they're hard to get them off. But if I had to, I'd use them. So there, that's done so far. So let's move on to the next part. Okay, so we have those two done. We have that. So now I have a card base, which is craft paper, and it's 8.5 by 5.5, and then scored at 4 1/4 and die cut. Folded. Then I took a piece of off-white paper, 4 inches by 5 1/4, and I stamped, "We give thanks for all of our blessings," on the inside already. Okay? And then I embossed this. This piece of paper is 4 2/8 by 5 and 3/8, almost 5 1/2, 5 1/4. So I embossed that with the brand new embossing folder. Let me go get it. I did not bring it in here. Bring it over here. Right back now. It's called Gathering Leaves Embossing Folder, and this is a big one. Look at that thing. So I embossed each one of the cards with this particular folder. So the next thing you want to do, and I did a little prep work. I did that on both of these, so it'll go a little bit faster. So I'm going to bring in a scratch piece of paper, and I'm going to ink it with pecan pie, because this is what goes behind here. See how it's embossed and inked? So I'm going to get my ink, and I'm concentrating more on the outside edges because the pumpkin's going to cover up the middle, so you don't really have to do the middle unless you feel like you want to. It's really up to you. So I did some inking here. I'm going to do both of them so they'll be done. Okay, there's the inking. And now I stamped the sentiment that says, Happy Thanksgiving. So I'm going to ink around the little edges of this, just to give it so it's not so stark. Okay, I have 2 of them right here. And I already stamped that. That came from some other off-brand one that I had. Let me see, it's right here. I think it came from like Michael's a long time ago. Even these jewels, which I've never used. So the next thing I will do, I'm going to set that aside because I'm going to come back to that. And I'm going to glue this down to the front of the cards. Now this has a pattern, so the leaves kind of go up or down. You can do whichever way, but I've been doing them up like this, and I kind of like that. So I'm going to center this as best I can. Now remember, it's only 2/8 of an inch area, so it's not that much of a border. I just wanted a tiny bit of the craft paper showing, just a tiny bit. Okay, and then I'm going to do the other one. You need to put enough glue on there because it's embossed, so it'll stick really good. Put that down, line it up, and then press it down real good. There. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do, and did I ink that? Yeah, I did. Didn't look like it there for a second. Next thing I will do is I want to get this, and I want to lay that right there and know exactly where I'm going to put the glue. I want to put it towards the top of the card. So now I know where the glue is going to go. And I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to lay this down so it's the top. Okay, and it is glued down. Okay? I'll do the same thing with this one. I'll lay it down. Put this little pumpkin right here. I know it's going to go right to there. And I'll put glue right here. And I'll lay my pumpkin down so I know exactly where it is. I don't like guessing where to put it, so I figure that's the easier way to do it. So the next thing I want to do is I want to put it on the front of this. So I need to get my dimensionals, which are right here. And I'm going to put some dimensionals on this cute little pumpkin. It's going to need a few. because it's a big surface. Kind of like that. And then I'll grab these ones. Back looks kind of crazy, huh? One in the middle, one right there. So I'm going to pull off the backings. Like so. Okay. I'm going to look at it to make sure it's straight and put it down. Press it down really good so it sticks to that. Okay, and do the same thing on this one. Some of these, the backings come off easy and some don't for some reason. This one happens to be coming off pretty easy. And look at where it's going to go. Get it close to the top. And set it right down there. Okay, so we still have to do some more stamping. Oh, wait. No, I'm going to hold off on that. Hold on. There it is. I need this little leaf right here. Okay, and let me close my glue up and we'll do some stamping now. There it is. So I'm going to bring this back in. I'm going to get these two guys out. And what I want to do is I want to stamp some leaves all the way around. So I'm going to use the pecan pie first. I'm going to bring in these stamps from the paper pumpkin kit. And I'm going to start with this one, I believe. I want to stick a cute little pecan leaf right down there. And another one right there. And I'll put one right there. And one right there. Okay. I'm going to clean off my leaf, my stamp. Okay, and that one's done. And I'm going to leave that out because I'm going to be using that again. So now I'm going to get the Cajun Craze, but I have to get rid of these dots. They'll drive me crazy and throw them in the trash. There. Get the Cajun Craze. And I'm going to stamp some leaves right here. And probably one right about there. And same thing with this one. One there. And one right there. I'll clean off my stamp. Okay. And we're done with that one. I'll set that up here because I'll be reusing that in a minute. I'm going to get the Darling Duckling out. And I have this stamp right here. So we're going to put one right there. And right there. Just lots of fun leaves on it. So it's really decorated a lot. There. Perfect. I'll set that right there. Clean that stamp off. So now we're done with that. Let's do the same thing. We're going to take and put some glue on this little leaf right here. Oh, doesn't want to. Let's turn that over. And we will, I gotta unclog it. All of a sudden it just decided to clog up on me. Sometimes it does that. That pin in there, there we go. So I'll put a little glue on here. That way I can see where it's gonna go. Because I hate not seeing. So I figured it's easier to do this. So I want a little bit of greenery. Then I'm gonna put some glue on this. Remember, it's going to an embossed piece. So I want to get nice and even right about there. I think you can see. Let me look through the thing. Yes, you can. So whoops. I want to get nice and even. Press it down. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Put a little glue right there. And lay it on top. And put some glue on this. And I'm laying this flat because the pumpkin's already popped up a little bit. So bring this down a tiny bit and press it down. So that's the front of the card. Okay. So now let's stamp some stuff on the inside. I only put the sentiment in there. So let's decorate a little bit inside, a little bit more. So I'm going to grab this leaf. I'm going to go into Cajun Craze. And I'm going to put it right there. I love that. And then put this one right here. Oh, and I need to grab some envelopes, which I almost forgot. So I'm going to go back into the Cajun Craze and put a leaf right there. I have to show you my envelopes. I didn't bring them over here. That I did for the other two cards. But I remember at the end I'll go ahead and bring it over. I need to do 5 envelopes, so I have 5 cards. There we go. And that's all I'm going to put on that one. Then I'll put something on the front, which I'm going to get. Where did it go? This one. And that one is going to be the Darling Duckling. But I want to stamp it off because it's so bright. See how much prettier that is? That did not stamp very good. I need to get some thicker stamping blocks because I'm using the Stampin' Up ones from the kits because I don't have that many blocks. So now let's do the inside of your card. Stamp it off and stamp on. Because this is really dark. Stamp it off and stamp on. Cute. Okay, so the insides of these are done. Oh, actually, I want to do one more now that I think about it. Okay, let's put that aside. I have this leaf right here. It's going to be pecan pie. And you know what? That's the same thing. It's so dark. See how dark that is? I'm going to do Stampin' Off and Stamp On. There. Now the inside is done. Just some cute little falling leaves. Stamp it off and stamp it in. And then we'll just grab this one, do the little envelopes, kind of overlap it like that. Okay, one more. All 5 envelopes are done. There we go. So we have the envelopes done. Very cute, right? And the backs are done. Those are done. And let me close the inks. Really quick. Getting close, my dear friends. Now I want to grab my gold embellishments. Where did they go? They were right here. I must have moved them. My gold sequence. I had it right here on the table. Because we need to put embellishments on these cute cards. We have all these cards here. 5 of these babies, which I didn't intend to do that many. Huh. Where can they go? I don't understand. They were right here on my table. Wow. This is just craziness. Oh, here they are. They were hidden underneath my dies. Heavens and Murgatroyd, right? Okay, so let's get these lined up here. So figure out what we're going to do. Put some glue on them. You know, lay these out right here. It's easier if I put a bunch of, oh goodness gracious. Okay. You know, I'll end up using them anyway, so does it really matter? No. So I'll put one right here, and one right there, and one right there. So I'll try and do kind of the same thing. There, there, and there. We get our embellishments on all these cute little cards. Okay, let's start working on these guys. All right, take your pick. And we'll put one right there. And one right there. And one up here. So that one's done. See how cute that looks? Just a really fun die cut. And you know how I like to do my paper piecing. So when I pulled out this old kit from last year, I'm going, oh, I never finished it. I can't believe I didn't. There's two. And let's get some more. I'm going for the medium-sized ones. Now Stampin' Up, I'm pretty sure they still sell these sequences. I go for this kind of stuff because you get a lot for your money. And I just don't really buy embellishments because they're just kind of expensive. So I try and do these kinds because you get so much and they're beautiful. Look at how pretty they are. It really shines with the gold here that I did. So let's put some glue on this one, on these last two, and we'll be almost done. So 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. I'll put my lid back on. You know, all I'm seeing is gold. I just could not resist. Sorry, ladies. So happy Thanksgiving. There's another one right there. I'm looking for the ones that are turned up the right way so I don't have to turn them over. In case you're wondering what I'm doing. So if you notice about sequins, it has a cupped look. I'll kind of show you so you see what I'm talking about. So this side, so you can see the little edge. See how it's cupped up? So I'm getting it so that this side goes down. Because it gives more of an area where the glue will fit. Okay, let's see. I need one more in that medium size. And I don't see any, so I'll just use this one. Ugh. Okay. So here's our 5 cards. And each one of them has something different. So notice how that Cajun Craze is there, and then it's there this time, and this time it's right there, and then there, and the last time it's right there. And then my DSP that I made, there, 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 and there. Then here's this came out of the cards. This is part of the card base, and this is another card base. See all the different places where it is. Okay, and here's the other card base. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's the cards that I made this time. Made 5 of these babies. And it took a while, so that's why I had to do some prep work. I didn't want you guys to sit here forever. And then I made the card, the envelopes, for 5 cards. And they're all the same. So thank you for watching. and have a good evening. Bye.